All right, Doc. I'm going to try to be unannoyed with you right now. I'm going to try to hear you out. All right, because obviously you see that Dr. Disrespect came back with a response to his allegations. So let me hear what you guys say, and trust me, I'm going to tell like whether something is bullshit or not. But trust me, you can't bullshit a bullshitter, and you can't lie, especially when you admit to something. But since you're gonna respond to the allegations, which there really aren't because you admitted to them, let's go ahead and listen. Let's take a look. Listen to this.
Maybe it's time to tell my side of the story.
Okay.
Huh, champs? You see, there was a lawsuit pending, and as part of that arbitration, all parties were not allowed to speak publicly about the case.
Okay. Nobody was allowed to speak publicly about the case because you took the deal with Twitch, which both you and Twitch were both wrong for doing that.
I respected those rules.
Liar. Okay. All right. No, he actually did. He didn't say shit. But
my lawsuit against Twitch was eventually resolved, as you all know.
Okay.
But even then, as part of the settlement, all parties were still prohibited from speaking publicly about the case or the settlement.
Okay.
However, if one side violated that confidentiality, then the other side could respond.
Okay.
And again, champs, I respected all the confidential obligations.
Okay.
But apparently Twitch's own disgruntled employees didn't feel the need to abide by those same obligations.
Because you made a contract with the higher ups, not the employees. The employees, by certain contracts, don't have to go ahead and have to be held to that contract in general, unless you're having everybody in Twitch sign that fucking contract, which you have to prove. But continue.
Cody Connors,
Okay.
ex-Twitch employee, wasn't even involved, leaks Twitch's reported reason. Years later, Cody, why do this?
Because he knew you did something wrong. Which, in my opinion, I don't understand why also Cody didn't go ahead and bring out the chats. Like, if there was an issue with the chats, if you were able to, why didn't you put it out there? You could have just put it out there for the media somehow. But so that was kind of a red flag on Cody, but let's continue.
What was the point? This was settled professionally. And you, knowing how black and white the internet is, you decided, you fucking rat, to leak the reported reason Twitch banned me.
They were going to find out sooner or later. Like, people were going to announce it sooner or later. Like, there was no way you were going to hide it outside of it, whether it was Twitch hiding it or you hiding it. They were going to find out sooner or later. Like, whether it was leaks, whether it was, like, somebody from the news. After a contract is set, then that's going to be possibly set out into the world regardless. So, let's go.
In 2020.
Okay.
Well, I mean, for what? Cody? Why? Did you not know the repercussions from spewing lies about the two-time? Did you not know the repercussions of accusing me, Cody Connors? You see, you don't know shit, and it was obvious from your tweet. You didn't have any firsthand knowledge of my dispute with Twitch. You said that I got banned from Twitch because I was sexting a minor through Whisper's messages? Do you even know what the legal definition of sexting is? I do.
Let me bring that out. So, just in case. Comes out and comes out. Sorry. Actually, on bottle caps, it's an ADHD thing. Sorry about that. So, sexting, the action or practice of sending sexually explicit photographs or messages via mobile phone.
And yeah, I used Twitch's whispers, but trust me, I wasn't sexting anyone. You also said the word minor, Cody. I even made sure that word was emphasized in my statement.
No, you said it was a minor. If you're saying that you use that in a sense just to go ahead and lead or bait people in, you're as much as a piece of shit as people think you are. You took a real life situation where you made it seem like, oh, you know what? Oh, I'm just trying to bait people in. No, you said minor, which I don't understand. If that was not true, I don't know why would you put yourself into a deeper hole, because that's very stupid to do. So, damn.
Edited, etc. Just to make sure these so-called journalists would pick up on it. And boy, oh boy, did they ever, champs.
Mm-hmm.
When you and all these so-called journalists, Cody, fired off your tweets, did any of you consider that the Twitch user may have been over the legal age of consent at the time of the messages?
Doesn't matter. It does not matter of the legal age of consent. For you, since you're in Washington, it has to be 18. If that's the case, bring out the messages. Regardless of legal age of consent, a lot of people, especially from like parents and anybody, would not want to like have their child or anybody, because certain places have the legal age of consent of 16, speaking to a guy who is like 40 something. That's morally wrong. So regardless whether legally or not, it's wrong in general.
You didn't. Neither did any of these journalists, and neither did Twitch at the time of the ban. You also tried to tell the world that I was trying to meet up with this user at TwitchCon, but you're wrong. Let's set the record straight. I never intended to meet this user ever. We never made plans to meet at TwitchCon or anywhere else, and in fact, we never met in person ever.
Okay. Continue.
Your bullshit accusations gave false courage to other former Twitch employees to make shit up as well. I suspect all of you sort of planned and coordinated this attack. These big-time publications, these journalists, these various outlets are sort of just gossip channels now, don't you think, champs?
No. Because these same outlets of the fact of like anything on Rolling Stone, anything on news, has put you out there for you to get famous. Remember the time when you cut a stream because somebody shot at your house and your daughter was at your house? That was all on the news. It was all but out there. Media outlets are trying to get the real news and try to get everything out there. That's something that you admitted to. And you put that there. Continue, though.
They act like they're just gossip channels now, without any real journalism and real research happening. They reported on all this based on leaks from 2 former Twitch employees, one of whom was supposedly on the trust and safety team. If these anonymous sources worked on the trust and safety team at the time of my Twitch suspension in 2020, then you would hope they would tell the truth. But apparently that's just too much to ask. If these former trust and safety team members, and by the way, I know exactly who they are, actually had firsthand knowledge, then what they conveniently left out is, 1, Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally admitted that the whisper messages were not sexting.
Now, here's the thing. We can't know that until you actually put out the messages that are there. Now, here's the thing. You are not contracted by Twitch. When they fired you or banned you or got rid of you off of Twitch, then a lot of that, especially via contract, was cancelized. Unless you had something within the contract clause that says under employment or for a certain amount of time. Now, if you don't have that, you have the right to go ahead and put that out to the public. Why you haven't chosen to yet is kind of off. Come on, it makes sense, Doc. Like, if you are very innocent, because I want to be wrong about you, I really do. If you are innocent, put it out there. Put out the messages. Put out what's really said there. Because I think real people can go ahead, can tell what people mean behind a message or behind certain things. So why not put them out there?
And 2, Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally acknowledged that the whispers did not constitute child sexual abuse material CSAM. I'll say it again. Neither I nor the Twitch user exchanged any sexual graphic messages or images.
Okay. Show the messages. like as I said, like, these are accusations. If you have proof that you are, set out, or if you are innocent from that in any type of situation, whether you're Dr. Disrespect or anything, show the proof. Fuck the contracts. Because of the fact that, one, that contract, under contract, when that happened, you still took shush money. You went ahead and took the money for it. Twitch was wrong to go ahead and give you that contract. They should have banned your ass from the beginning. But with that, you also took shush money. It's not a good idea to do that, because that still makes you look bad. But if you're not under Twitch contract anymore, especially with stuff like that, unless it is a legal contract outside of Twitch, you have the right to go ahead and send out the check. No. Release the chat.
Cody Connors and these other anonymous sources are trying to paint a picture that I was exchanging sexually explicit messages and photos with this Twitch user. That never happened. I even used the word inappropriate, purposely.
Why?
And look at how it's defined by everyone, champs. Huh? Including these defaming articles. I'm sorry, but mutual bantering with inappropriate jokes taken out of context should have never led to me getting banned from Twitch in the first place.
First of all, you took a situation that a lot of people go through and you used certain things to fish out people just for the hell of it. That makes you as much as of a piece of shit as you're stating, as they're claiming you to be. You are that piece of shit. You're making light of a situation to go ahead and try to lead people out. Why do you need that? Just release the chat. Show that you are innocent. If you are innocent in any type of way, by all means. Now, here's my thing about inappropriate chat. There are ways that things could come out inappropriate to people. Now, here's the thing. As I said, if it's not that big of a deal, release the fucking chat. Show what you had said, what was going on between you and said person and the minor, because of the fact that you stated that it was a minor and you said it was inappropriate. Why would you lead yourself to go ahead to be sinking down further into the quicksand? I don't understand that. That makes no sense, where you're trying to go ahead and lead outlets for no reason. That just sounds like a call of attention. That's what a 5-year-old does. And you made light of a situation that a lot of people goes through. That's a piece of shit move. A real piece of shit move.
I mean, how would each of you look if all of your private DMs, your text messages, your chats were looked at, dissected, and taken out of context by someone who's deliberately trying to find something inappropriate in those words?
It's because you said they were inappropriate. Like, if you are saying that there is something inappropriate within your chats, and it's with someone specifically, they're going to find out who it is. They're going to find out what was inappropriate. I'm not understanding. I don't get that. This is why the leaks of the chat need to be sent out. Like, if people look at this chat, people know what's inappropriate to someone. That's like me DMing someone and they say, "Hey, how you doing?" I say, "Yo, what's up, bitch?" And and she's like, "Oh, that's very inappropriate." No, I mean like, bitch, like, you know, "Hey, what's up, bitch?" Like, no, that's still inappropriate. Like, what the fuck? Like, it makes no sense. Show the chat.
And this is not a situation where a victim publicly accuses someone of wrongdoing. That never happened here. We're talking about allegations that Twitch made against me as a half-baked reason for justifying their actions of suspending and shutting down my channel.
Let me ask you a question. Why the fuck would they do that if you were one of their highest revenue fucking streamers? It makes no sense. It's like if YouTube took out Markiplier, PewDiePie, Mr. Beast, which Mr. Beast is just as bad. Freaking people like Corey Kenshin. Where are the views gonna go? The views are gonna go down. The views are gonna go extremely down. Tyson Knott is on Kick right now. I forget, a lot of people moved to Kick. You were their main guy. Plus, at one point, if this happened after the Twitch ban, why do you think it was so important to take you out if this happened or this was released after the Twitch ban? You were not even on Twitch anymore. It makes no sense why to bury you if you weren't Twitch, if you weren't on contract with Twitch. What were they gonna do?
Allegations that Twitch made without even a legal analysis of whether the whisper messages were legal. You see, I engage with my community. I engage with other streamers. And through Twitch Whispers, I communicate with Twitch users. Conversations that consisted of a variety of playing games and gaming politics, content creation, random stuff. This was the extent of my whispers with this Twitch user. On June 21st, 2020, my ex-Twitch partner manager learns that I exchanged whispers with a Twitch user. And I say ex-partner manager because for years, this guy didn't do anything for me, my community, or my channel. For years.
Then why would you have them? As soon as you have known that someone has not done things for like the first couple of months or weeks, you should not have had them. That's automatically. If I'm working for someone, if I'm making a business, right? And someone has not put up their weight to work, they just want to be fucking lazy, then guess what? They're fired. Their performance is very bad. Why would he be there for multiple years? I'm not understanding. You have conversations with a whole bunch of things like, you know, gaming, politics, this and that. Okay, cool. But as I said, this now allegation is exactly why you need to show the chat logs. It's very important.
I'm talking no front page love. You're talking about the face of the platform, right? Literally, the face of the platform. And I know Champions Club remembers this. We got zero front page love on the website. He was never on my channel. He didn't follow me on Twitter. He wouldn't even inform us about Twitch rival tournaments. We're talking about the two-time.
Like, here's my thing. If you are doing things like that, like if you have like someone who is like on Twitch and they're never on your channel, they're not doing this, they're not taking care of anything like that, then no, they shouldn't be working for you. And that should have been an automatic fire and automatic red flag.
Twitch rival tournament. Oh, I'm sorry. Would you want to play in it? We got zero support from this guy. And it was just so obvious that he carried a grudge against the two-time. So after we signed with Twitch in 2019, we asked for a new partner manager. And just a few months later, that ex-Twitch partner manager is directly involved with getting me banned. Coincidence?
Now that is very coincidental. That could be very, very weird. It seems like that the ex partner actually went ahead and held a grudge on shit. I could understand Doc from this aspect because I've seen some people do that. But yeah, that's a major thing. But this has to go farther than what it is based on what you did. It's very hard to try to continue siding with you because I understand this. But let's continue.
The Twitch user tells the ex-Twitch partner manager that they do not want to report anything to Twitch. I'll repeat that sentence one more time just in case anybody missed that one. The Twitch user tells this ex-Twitch partner manager that they do not want to report anything to Twitch. But this ex-Twitch partner manager encourages the user and even directs them to file a report directly with Twitch, even though the user told him clearly that we never physically met anywhere and that no photographs were exchanged. On June,
that's an allegation in itself. You're making an allegation in something that is possibly not true. That's literally speculation, unless you have proof behind it. Unless you actually have proof behind it. So when you're making that allegation, you have to show the proof on that.
June 24th, 2020, Twitch's special operations team receives and reviews the user's report. They find no issues and determine that it did not warrant any further escalation to Twitch's law enforcement response team. That would have been the end. That should have been the end. But that partner manager, oh boy, did he had it out. He had it out for the two-time. He finds out that no further action will be taken, so what does he do? He personally escalates the report to a friend on the Twitch's LER team. The LER team, remember, that's the Twitch's law enforcement response team. He escalates the report to a friend on Twitch's LER team. So a day later, on June 25th, the LER analyst pulls the entirety of the whisper messages and begins discussing them with his director of the LER team. Mind you, this director is on vacation at that time and does not have access to their computer or work files. Let me just remind you, I went through a multi-year, big-time arbitration, okay? And, you discover a lot of stuff. Mind you, this director is on vacation at that time. The LER analyst cherry picks and sends a few targeted excerpts out of context from the whisper messages to this director. Now, if you do this, you can make anyone's messages look inappropriate, even when they aren't. Within less than 1 hour, this LER analyst and his director have made the decision to suspend me from Twitch.
Now, here's my thing. If they're doing that with your messages, why the fuck did you do that when you went ahead and made that actual idea of coming clean on your thing? It's right there on your video. It's not, no, excuse me. It's right there. It was right there on your Twitter, but then you erased it. Like, when you come across this and you go ahead and change up stuff to a point where you're making yourself look guilty, it doesn't fucking help you, bro. When you say you try to use minor and inappropriate on purpose, like, bro, come on. Who the fuck does that? That's like me going ahead, for instance, that's like me going ahead, unaliving somebody with a gun, right? In the process of that, they didn't have no proof to show that it was me. They didn't have no proof to show that, oh, I was there. And then guess what? In the process of that, they were going through like all this idea. I had allegations of me. And then it's like, oh, guess what? I put my fingertips on there, my fingerprints on there, and put the glove that I was using there just to lead them. and to call them out for their ignorance. Like, who the fuck does that? I've never heard of something like that. That sounds very stupid. But continue.
Twitch submits a report to NCMEC. You guys all read those little articles, huh? The NCMEC. Twitch submits that report. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Guess what? As far as I know, and over 4 years have passed, they didn't do anything with the report. As far as I know, they didn't escalate Twitch's report to law enforcement.
Which is weird. If you have that report, you should put it in. If he's guilty. If he is guilty, you should put it in. Which, in true honesty, he stated that it was inappropriate to a minor. But if Twitch has this and he is guilty, you should put it in. I don't know why people in Twitch are holding that back on him. I don't know why, because it would make no sense of why Twitch would go ahead and try to bury this man who made them millions and millions of dollars. It makes no sense.
Mind you, the same people that made this decision admit internally that the messages did not constitute sexting. The same people that made this decision at Twitch admit internally that the messages did not warrant any child sexual abuse material charge. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitted they did not perform any legal analysis of whether the messages exchanged were illegal in any way. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitting that they never investigated the age of consent in the jurisdiction where the user's messages were sent and received.
Let's say if the user was 16, which in certain states it is legal at 16. In his state where he lives at, it would be 18. It would be illegal. So if it was 18 or older, I could see it. But the thing is, it stated there was 17, like 16, 17. That is illegal. And that is wrong. That would still be morally wrong if you try to go ahead and put it a 16-year-old to speak to a 40-something-year-old. A lot of parents won't do that, and a lot of people watching this video would not do that. If you do that, then you're a shitty parent. Straightforward.
Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me without ever interviewing me, the user, or any other third party, including the partner manager. It's fucking unbelievable!
Okay, now, if they didn't interview you, okay, then that's something you should have done. Now, quick question, and this is true honesty. Why would they not do that? Because they also choose for those people to be anonymous, right? Any type of area, it would tend to be anonymous. But as I said, this is why I keep on saying in this video, show the chat logs. Show everything on what the chat logs out. Because when that happens, if they're not speaking to you or speaking to the person in question that went ahead and you had this conversation with, or who made these allegations, then that's when you bring out the chat. That's why it's so important to bring out the chat. I don't understand why you're not trying to make yourself look innocent. Because now saying that, oh, they hid this internally, they hid this during this time, they hid this in allegedly, they hid this because these are now accusations. Internally, if they're not telling you nothing, there was an internal thing. How do you know? If you say allegedly, that means you're going by speculation. Try to have it find out. If they are doing this, instead of lawsuit, it's very simple. These are very simple aspects to do, but some people don't want to fucking do it. And it's very, very bad. Why would you do that and lead yourself into another fucking rabbit hole? Any day now, Doc. Come on.
I'm not going to get into every detail regarding my legal case. But these former Twitch employees that claim to have firsthand knowledge, they just don't have a clue.
No. Go into every detail. I'm telling you right now, Certain details are going to be set out there regardless because it is public knowledge. Some of them aren't. But if you are not on Twitch contract, and it says it will only work if you are contracted with Twitch or if you're a Twitch employee, what are you waiting for?
They didn't report any facts. The judge in the case determined that the whispers were not illegal.
Who is this judge? You can tell who this judge is. That is also legal. If you have a judge going ahead and telling you that it's like this or that it's in any type of way, you could also state to get even something like this. Certain people have a tendency of getting legal comments or video recorded comments. Get that from the judge. Why can't you get it? I'm not understanding.
So then why did Twitch use these messages against me? Why did Twitch treat the doc so differently from their other streamers?
Because you admitted it. There's no way you can go ahead and say, "Oh, I loosely use these words to go ahead to fool the people, fool the media." Dude, the media is exactly the reason why you exist. What are you trying to fool? If you put out this chat, right, and it got out to the media, it will show how crazy Twitch is, and then they will report on Twitch's downfall. What makes you think they wouldn't do that? But no, you chose not to do that. One of two things didn't happen. Either you admitted it, that it was a minor and that it was inappropriate, or if you actually said that you just doing this to lead people, you took a situation that is a real thing that people go through and you use it to bait others just to try to get clout. That is a clout idea. I'll try to call them out, just try to bring them into light, trying to go ahead and show them that I'm still here. Dude, you tried to get clout. That is a piece of shit move. Regardless, either way, whether on this, you are a piece of shit to the end of this, and you cannot go ahead and get past that.
I mean, outside of the obvious. I mean, just take a look at me.
Yeah, you're a guy wearing a red vest with a toupee. And with a mustache that looks like it could literally be ripped off and it was an actual freaking Halloween store freaking costume prop. You're not that big of a deal. That has nothing to do with it. You were literally one of their leading main revenues for the platform. Why would they do that?
Unfiltered. The realest motherfucker in this industry.
Bullshit.
6'8", gorgeous, athletic, successful, college degree, college athlete, bourbon business, gaming studio, beautiful family.
Dude, your gaming studio has nothing to do with you. Bourbon business. I probably never drank your bourbon ever. Muscles, nothing like that. No, it doesn't matter what you look like, man. It's more the fact of what you did. Because there are outstanding like citizens that don't look as good as you do, or probably look better than you. And why? They're just targeting you for what reason? What you're gonna say? The Matrix? What the Matrix that doesn't fucking exist? The Matrix that a lot of freaking grown men, like, they use that as an excuse for their ignorance, like fucking Fresh and Fit, fucking goddamn Andrew Tate and his bullshit little brother Tristan, and then the freaking the other guy, whatever his name, that's with Andrew Tate, the freaking the white dude with like the reddish brownish hair, Andrew's bitch. Are you really gonna go ahead and say anything about that, dude? Do you think they're targeting you for no reason? Why would they?
And trust me, we've worked hard for over a decade to improve as a person, a husband, and father, and to get where we're at today. I mean, I'm in such a good place today.
And that's not a problem. When your house got shot up and your daughter was there, you took off your wig, you didn't give a shit about that. You see, I was behind you on that. Especially when people were trying to aim at your house. God forbid something happened to your daughter with that, it would have been an issue. But what the fuck makes you think they're targeting you? You don't have proof on that.
And all these people, they all act like they're just so perfect. I'm not perfect.
Dude, we are all not perfect. But in life, there's always consequences to someone's actions. Regardless if it's a good or a bad thing, everything has a cause and effect. You cannot go ahead and go around life having consequences. It doesn't even matter of who it is. Somebody's going to give you consequences. Like, for instance, you can make a silly mistake of falling asleep and your daughter could be fucking hungry, and then you see that, you know, you made a mistake, but then people can deem you, you know, unfit to be a dad because of that simple mistake. Even regardless of a mistake, there are consequences out of that. What are the consequences? The possibility of losing your daughter. 2, the fact that your daughter was not fed. 3, the fact that you left your daughter unattended and unsupervised. It's every type of idea that you have or everything you do has a cause and effect. Nobody is shielded from consequences, regardless of who you are. Nobody. Not even me.
I don't claim to be perfect. Sometimes I do.
All right. So now you're a conceited sick fuck. All right. So now you're conceited as well. Understandable that you have some type of fucking idea of where, oh, you know what? I don't claim I'm perfect. Sometimes I do. Oh my God. Yeah. That's an ego. I'm not perfect at all. I don't give a shit. I'm glad to be imperfect. But I have an ego when it comes to things that I know I'm right about. And with this situation, what you're doing, I'm completely right about this. There's no fucking way in hell they'll just be targeting you because, oh, you know, I'm Dr. Disrespect. Yes, the one who's making them the most revenue. Think about that. Take your time on that.
But I also didn't do all the shit that they're saying I did. But then that doesn't make a story, right? They wanted media attention. The media wants controversy. And by
what the fuck does the media get out of posting from Dr. Disrespect? What are you so fucking perfect in gaming that they need to go ahead and worry about you? I'm sorry. When PewDiePie said the N-word, don't you think it was all over the fucking news? It was. All right? It was majorly all over the fucking news. You're not that fucking special, my guy. We could lose you off every platform and then we'll still get a brand new person. People right now are talking about where the fuck Corey Kenshin is. No. You got caught with your hand in the predatorial cookie jar. That's what the issue is.
Sensationalizing all of this with big, inaccurate headlines like sexting and sexually explicit. You all got what you wanted at the expense of the 2-time. The reality is, they wanted to cut down the doc. Plain and simple.
Why?
Take a look at some of these horrendous acts of Twitch streamers that were never banned. I've got some examples right here. Example number 1. A streamer that frequently used the N-word while publicly streaming, which constitutes a violation of Twitch's policies if accompanied by hateful intent.
Drop his name. What's the problem? You're not under Twitch's contract. Drop his name.
Twitch scheduled a meeting with the streamer to ascertain his intent to determine whether his conduct was a violation of Twitch's policies, ultimately determining it was not a breach of Twitch's policies.
How do you know that? Either, once again, that's allegations. Unless you have a way to prove that they're trying to go ahead and cover his ass, that's allegations. But if you know who it is, name drop him.
Why wasn't I called into a meeting?
Maybe you were. Who knows? Are you saying that you weren't? Because what if they show that you actually were in a meeting? For instance, I could give you an idea of how they could do so. Let's say if there was a contract signing and you actually spoke to them face to face. If you signed a contract and that is your signature, you were there for the meeting. Because they also have dates on those contracts. So they can do that. But let's continue.
Why wasn't my intent taken into consideration, champs?
Because something like that is not considered. That should be a no-go. Just like the Twitch streamer that you said should have automatically been banned. You should be automatically banned because of that situation. Of course.
Example number 2. Streamer was reported for discussing doing things with deceased animals and discussing pedophilia, all while live streaming. Never suspended, but instead given a multi-million-dollar contract.
Drop his name. Once again, these are all hearsay or allegations. This is why I hate fucking streamers being so fucking vague with their shit. If you believe those type of things and you are telling the truth, drop the fucking name.
Example number 3. Streamer was reported for a sexually explicit stream involving children and telling children to send Snapchats of them playing with themselves. Never suspended, but instead, given a multi-million-dollar contract.
Who is it? Drop the name. You are not in contract, my guy. Say it. Say who it is. Be honest about it. Drop the fucking names. Let me tell you something. If you drop the names right now, this is what the thing is. People can go for an actual boycott of Twitch. People can actually do so. If Twitch goes down the next day, there's not going to be no change of shit. They're going to go ahead and start streaming on Twitter, probably go to Kick, probably go to YouTube, probably even try to get Facebook gaming back, probably go ahead and get TikTok to go ahead and lower their standards for followers so we can actually do streaming with them. Drop the names. Let us get rid of Twitch. Let us get rid of those streamers. Drop the names.
It's so obvious that certain Twitch executives, employees involved had personal biases against the doc and used all of this as an opportunity to terminate my contract. Go back and look at the timing of all this too. The doc's termination lines up with 2 preferable, profitable, and expensive streamers leaving Mixer.
I think we all know who that is. Okay. I'm listening.
As soon as Twitch knew that Mixer had failed, and go look at the timing, these other expensive streamers needed a new streaming platform. So Twitch rushed through its decision to terminate the 2-time.
Why? You're getting revenue for them. Why would they get rid of you? It doesn't matter how many ways a business will do it. If a business has multiple outlets of revenue, it makes sense. I know a lot of people are going to comment is like, oh, Twitch doesn't like money. No, you're a fucking idiot if you comment that. If you have multiple routes of revenue for a business, why would you get rid of any one of them?
You see, I shouldn't even be banned from Twitch. It has affected us on so many levels. Back in 2020 and now in 2024. And Cody, Connors, I just have to say it again. Why would you do this? Like I said, this was handled professionally years ago. No fucking wrongdoing. But because of you, Cody, we just lost. Fuck, man. Unfortunately, we have to lay off people from Midnight Society.
You have no choice. That's your fault. As I said, this is why when allegations pop up and something like that, that is exactly why I'm telling you. And this is for like the 10th time in this fucking video. Release the fucking chat. Regardless if this was handled regular Twitch, contractually, or anything. Release the chat. You think people will not go ahead and move from Twitch to go to YouTube? You think people will not move from Twitch to go to Kick to go see you? You'll be making that Kick money. You're making bourbon money. Your sponsor for 2K wouldn't have gone. Your YouTube money, your YouTube revenue would have stayed. But you didn't take that into account. But because of what you said and those allegations, since they came awry, let's say if there were allegations and you could have found the proof to it and proved yourself innocent, you lost all that. People were losing their jobs because of your bad decisions. You didn't think about that.
Right. Because of you, Cody. You know, through all this, we are where we are. And like a fucking man, I'll accept it. What I don't accept is sitting quietly by and let these idiots attack me with false accusations. No.
That's what you did. You let people go ahead and grow on to this situation. People found more and more about it. And then you went ahead and allowed it to grow up to this. And then people are still chewing your ass out on Twitter. And then some fucking genetical dead ends are actually defending you. Dude, you can't come into a platform and say like, oh, you know, I admit there was inappropriate conversations with a minor. You really think people are not going to chew you out for that? You led yourself into get screwed over like that. You buried your own self. Even if it wasn't true, why the fuck would you be stupid enough to go ahead and do so? It's like trying to point the gun at everyone else. I'm pointing a gun. Let's say, for instance, point a gun at someone right here as an example. But instead, the gun is backwards. I'm thinking that it's pointing at that person. No, you just shot yourself like 5 times in the face until you finally fucking figured it out. And then you just turned the gun and then you shot the other person. It makes no sense. Come on, my guy.
For all these doc haters out there too, oh man. The ones that project and project and project and project and worry about everyone else's problems, right? I can't understand that mindset. I could care less. We've always stayed in our lane. But
it's because people like you doing shit like this is exactly why a lot of content creators get a bad light. It's like when we have to deal with that, some people will not go ahead and work with content creators because it gives content creators a bad name. Do you not understand that? Do you not get that? Some people will not even work with you or even do collabs with you if you're with someone else that they don't fuck with. Like, come on, Doc. You know better than this.
Somehow, some way, these people, they just get in our lane. For all you doc haters, I'm sure you'll dissect all of this and still find a way to publicly criticize me. Do what you need to do.
Yes, I'm gonna criticize you because you put yourself into a shitty hole. Because you snitched on yourself. Nobody's doing that to you but yourself, Doc. You did that to yourself. You went ahead and dived into that fucking grave for you to fucking die in. That's your fucking fault. Nobody did this to you. Nobody went ahead and put that to you. Everybody's like, oh, I bet you you wouldn't say this to a dog. Yeah, I would say this to a dog. I would even be like, yo, I want nothing to do with you. You could keep moving, bro. With a fuck you and a middle finger. That's the problem. A lot of people think for a second that, that we're not going to go at you because of the fact that it makes us look bad. People like you, Mr. Beast, a lot of fucking content creators like EDP that do the wrong fucking things. Why do you think a lot of people will not go ahead and give us sponsorships? Sometimes they won't even look at our programs or look at anything or even look at content creators in a bad light. That's why we go after those who are wrong. And yes, if we see that someone's doing something wrong, we want you out of here. We want the worst for you. We want your freaking downfall because you caused the negative. You caused that negative, especially when your platform was full of children. But now you're going to go to Twitter, Elon Musk's stupidity box, and right there where it is run by one of the most ignorant, most stupid, like I cannot go off the handle of how ignorant Elon Musk is. This is a guy who bought a multi-million-dollar company and has ideas that are made for children's comic books. It's fucking weird. Whose ideas, yet great, but they're meant for children's books. And he cannot pull them off when most of the time he had to stop reproduction for his cars because the brakes were terrible. If I can't go ahead and take lightly to a man who cannot go ahead and keep track of, the brakes need to be good in a fucking car, then no, I don't consider that a genius. I consider that a very ignorant fool.
I'll say this isn't for you. This was for my team.
Fuck your team.
Today, my community.
Fuck your community.
My friends.
Fuck your friends.
La familia.
And fuck your family.
That have supported me. And I'm not denying the exchange of whispers, champs. I'm not
So it did fucking happen.
Denying that to all of you out there. It looks bad. I have no way of knowing if the Twitch user thought our exchange of whispers was inappropriate. If it was, I apologize. All I know.
You could have started with that. You could have been like, I apologize. This is something that was wrong. I will never do it again. I think people could go ahead and take, an apology, and then maybe, or I did not know it was inappropriate, or I did not know it was this. No, you still fucking stated something that was inappropriate, you idiot. You fucking dealt a whole fucking bad hand for yourself.
Is that I never did what Twitch, Cody Connors, or the public is claiming that I did.
No, we know you did it because you admitted it. Don't admit it if you didn't do it. Why are you why is this guy dumb? I don't understand. People cannot be this fucking dumb nowadays. It's ridiculous. If you try to go ahead and sue the other people or the media outlets for all this bullshit, you know for a fact that they can actually use that against you and you could lose the fucking, the lawsuit. Do you not understand that? Oh, boy.
That's it. I'm not saying anything more about any of this.
No, you really can't. You really fucking can't. Here's my thing. I can go ahead and be like, hey, you know what? There's a lot of shit going in with Twitch. There's a lot of stuff going on with Twitch. Twitch should be going ahead and, should be accountable. Twitch should go ahead and, be, in any type of way held accountable. Because, yeah, they fucking put a freaking contract of him when he was doing something wrong. But you are bringing out multiple fucking red flags that are not proving you innocent. It's not. It's not. Tell me where you're innocent. This is why I keep on saying, show the fucking chat. Show that it wasn't inappropriate. Show everything. If that's the case, if you are, we will go after Twitch. I can go after Twitch. I can go ahead and be like, yo, why the fuck is this happening? Bring out the fucking names of the people that you just claimed did all this shit. Bring out their fucking names. Say something. What? But in the process of this, why the fuck do you know this? How do you know this? This is all allegations too. Unless you had some very close integrations with this. I'm going to call this whole thing bullshit. This was all 18 minutes and 47 seconds of bullshit. I think the doc needs to be way more forward about this and needs to go ahead and come out with that chat. Until he comes out with that chat, you're guilty, man. There's no fucking way. You can't go ahead and be like, oh, you know what? I just use these words to lure you guys out. No, then you just made light of somebody's situation and light of your situation, which caused a lot of people want to lose jobs and to cause someone to really have to deal with something personal or have to deal with the fact that people now would take certain things like that with a grain of salt and victims will not go ahead and find any closure to stuff like that. You are just a piece of shit. And there's no changing that, Doc.